Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn energy reading and I'm going to start with my Gilded Tarot. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, the links are down below. So I'm going to do the reading for May, and I thought I'd kind of break it out per week. And as I always say, this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take the parts that do resonate. If it does not, leave the parts that do not resonate for you, as those may be for someone else. All right, so first week, the challenge is the Lovers. And then what do you need to focus on? We have the Three of Pentacles, and then what's coming in, Page of Swords. The second week of May, the challenge is the Nine of Cups. What do you need to focus on? Page of Wands, and energy coming in, Nine of Wands. The third week, let's see if we can get these all on here, right? Eight of Cups. What do you need to focus on that week? Three of Wands. And coming in for you that week is the Wheel of Fortune. And then the fourth week, we have the Six of Swords. What do you need to focus on? Four of Swords. And energies coming in for you that week, Page of Cups. I almost feel like you're definitely going through some changes here in May. I feel like some things you're walking away from, but I feel that that brings change in for you. So okay, let me not get ahead of myself. But overall, I feel like you're definitely going through some change. You're going to have those ups and downs, especially with the Page of Swords and the Nine of Wands. It's just like hanging in there, getting through those difficult times. But that brings in change, and I feel like it brings in this newness. So let's grab, let's see, I was thinking of these. So with the Lovers, so the challenge for the first week could be a relationship. It also could have to do with a Gemini. The challenge is a relationship. What do you need to focus on? Working on the relationship, right? And dealing with the good and bad. Okay, so we've got the Five of Wands going on with the Lovers there. And then we have the Knight of Cups. I feel like the communication between you and another person, it could be a friend, family member, somebody at work. I feel like the communication is it's back and forth. There's fighting, there's arguing. You're not seeing eye to eye on something. I feel like there's arguments. I feel like there's a lot of stress, miscommunication within this relationship. What do you need to focus on? We have the Three of Pentacles. I feel like there's just miscommunication. I feel like there's misunderstanding. I feel like there's a misunderstanding between you and another person. I feel like you're both not hearing what each person has to say. And if you're not in that frame of mind to receive what the other person has to say, then it's not going to work. And being understanding to what that person has to say, and if that person's not understanding to what you're saying. Sometimes we have those blinders on and we just feel like we're only hearing something a certain way. It's like when you, like I said before, when you send that text message, like your intent is one way, but that person may receive it a different way. So I just feel like there's a misunderstanding this week within a relationship. And then we have Two of Wands, and then we have the Seven of it. Not enough room. What's coming in? I feel like I almost feel like you finally realize that, okay, we've got to work on this. That first week, I feel like you get to the point where you're like, okay, we have to handle this situation, even though this is something that is frustrating between the two of us. The Page of Swords can be that there's there's disappointing news coming in, or I feel like it's handling a situation, handling a difficult situation. Maybe this is something that you've been sweeping under the rug for a while, and that I feel like that first week you're finally ready to deal with the situation. I feel like it's, let's open these doors, let's work on this, let's take the steps to make things happen, let's brainstorm and say, okay, if we're always fighting and arguing about something, what is it that we're fighting and arguing about? If we're not seeing eye to eye, why are we not seeing eye to eye if we're not communicating? Let's figure out how we can move past this. Let's figure out, okay, if you're saying it's this way, I'm saying that way, do we agree to disagree, or is there something where we can compromise, where it works for both of us? Like, definitely it's about communication. It's about, you have to work on it. You just can't go in your corner and not talk, because that's how things don't get done. That's how people start assuming. That's how things start to become worse, and it starts to create more problems. So I feel like this week is kind of that week of, okay, we've got something going on. We've got some problems. We know we need to work on it. And being in that energy, okay, I think it's time to work on it. So the second week we have the 9 of Cups, and we have the Chariot, and we have the Wheel. I feel that you're struggling with those changes. I feel like it's struggling with making those changes. What do you need to work on? Communication, right? 10 of Cups and 8 of Cups. I feel like it's almost realizing, is it worth the battle? Is it worth the 5 of Wands? The second week, that's why I said it's like, the first week is like realizing, okay, we've got a problem. The second week is like, let's work on it, right? Let's get into the 9 of Cups energy. Not feeling like you're struggling with, like you're not feeling like it's that 9 of Cups energy. You're not feeling like you're feeling happy. You're not feeling like emotionally in that 9 of Cups, that, you know, like you've kind of lost that. Definitely when you argue and you fight with someone, or you are having those disagreements, like you start to back up, you start to put up your walls, you start to have that, create that distance between you and that person, or that situation, whatever situation that may be. It's something that you love, right? The Lovers could be a situation that you love. It could be a job, work. You know, sometimes at work we have those problems with coworkers, or we feel like we're overloaded with work, or people aren't understanding. So it's like, oh, you know what? I don't think I like this job anymore. I really don't like, right, this situation or this job, or, you know, whatever that may represent for you. And so it's kind of realizing the first week that we've got a problem. Second week is like realizing, okay, I'm not feeling this 9 of Cups with this lover situation here. So how do I move forward with this? How do I have change? What do you need to work on? Communication. That's exactly what I was saying with the first week, is that you have to have that communication, and you have to learn to, what do you need to, it's like, pick your battles, right? It's like, is the battle worth it? It's pick your battles, pick what's most important, and let go of what it is you need to let go of. So, because it's almost like it's hurting yourself. If you're always holding on to every little thing, and you're having all of these things build up with you emotionally, that it's really only hurting yourself, and it's holding you back. And being able to communicate, or to release those things and let them go. I feel like the second week, it's kind of a realization, and it's also a release this second week. I feel like because of that release, I feel like it brings in new opportunities, and it brings more balance into your life. Like you feel more balanced. You're like, okay, I'm not holding on to every little thing. I'm learning to pick my battles. I'm figuring out what the problems are so that I can work on them and let them go. And that goes into the third week, where you're like, yeah, I'm feeling better. I'm releasing. I'm letting things go. I'm moving on. I'm feeling like the partnership is coming back together. We have the 4 of Wands. We have the Strength card. Whatever that, feeling confident in this relationship, and feeling confident to be able to communicate, right? And feeling like, yeah, I can voice my opinion. I can say what it is that I want to say, and that we can work on things, that we can figure this out. That's what happens in relationships. Any type of relationships, friends, family members, partnerships, is you have those ups and downs. And I definitely felt like that's what's going on in this month, is you're going to have those ups and downs. it starts a little rough, but I feel like you're able to work your way through it. And then we have, I feel like the compromise. When I turn that card over, that's the word that came to mind. And I feel like it's kind of looking at, okay, that if I hold on to things, if we keep having these arguments, that we're going to be staying in this frustrated energy here. But it's kind of realizing, okay, pick my battles, what's most important to me. But you also have to figure out, if you're feeling frustrated about a situation, being true to yourself and saying, why am I really feeling this way? Does this have to do with the way this person is being, or is it my own things that I have to deal with, and kind of getting to the heart of the problem. I feel like within this week, like you're ready to move forward, you're seeing a future, you're taking actions for those changes, and I feel like there's change within the relationship. I feel that there's definitely change. I feel like there's more balance. I feel like things are working better. It's just hanging in there for those changes, right? Hanging in there, because sometimes we get frustrated and we just want to walk away, and we're like, I give up. I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to have to deal with this situation. I just want to walk away. But if you get into another relationship, you're still going to have those struggles. You're still going to have those times where tensions build. You're still going to have those ups and downs. But it's, if you can figure out how to work through these when these challenges come, that they make them easier and they make them better. All right, the last week we have the Six of Swords. You can't really see it. And then we have, oh, look at that. We have the Six of Swords. That's what I feel like. It's calmer waters. Like, yeah, there's still going to be challenges. There's still going to be things that are going on. But I feel like there's a calmness during the last week of May. And I feel like it's because you figured out how to handle the situations. I feel like you kind of found those answers. You found those directions. We have the eagle, which represents success. And he's holding tightly onto that sword. And he's like, yes, I'm going to figure this out. Right? We're going to work through this. We're going to get past this. What you need to, yes, there's going to be challenges, but you're going to work through, having that determination that you want to work through that. What do you need to focus on? We have the Four of Swords. Definitely it's an exhausting thing that the two of you are going throughout this month. I feel that it's a lot of ups and downs, but look at that. I love that. So that is what you need to focus on, taking a break and just enjoying the moment and reconnecting with each other and not holding back. I feel like maybe you've had some walls up around you, and maybe that's why there was this friction at the beginning of the month. Maybe that's why. But I feel like if you had that friction and you had those walls up, why do you have those walls up? What is it that happened that caused you to put those walls up? And I feel like this last week is just that week to enjoy each other, kind of take a break, to kind of just enjoy the time that you have together, because you've worked through this thing. You've worked through this situation that you've had with your partner or this person, friendship, whatever that may be. Energies coming in at the end of the month. We have the Page of Cups, which is new emotions, new feelings. I feel like it's a new way looking at this relationship. I feel this relationship has transformed in a way. The Eight of Pentacles, he's reading the book. He's taking a closer look. I feel like you become closer with your partner. Oh, look at that. And then we have the Two of Cups. I love it. So in the beginning, we were struggling with this over here, and then the end of the month, we have this coming back together. So this can represent a friendship, a family member, partnership, work, whatever that may that relationship, that love. I feel like that love comes back in at the end of the month. But it's definitely a process that you're going through. But that's okay, because like I said, that's what we have, is those ups and downs in our lives. And it's how do we handle those downs, right? Do we walk away? Do we give up? We had no towers here. We did have the Eight of Cups a couple of times, but I feel like that's what you're holding on to, and to release and let that go, and to focus on the positive and not hold on to things that are not serving you in this relationship. All right, so let's get an animal oracle. For this, we have Rabbit Spirit. Now is a lucky time, and this is the year of the rabbit, so I feel like it's double luck, right? Very lucky during this week, very positive, putting yourself in that positive energy and saying, yeah, we're going to work through this. We also have skunk spirit, know your worth. If there's something that is bothering you, know your worth, to stand up and to fight for that and to voice your opinion. To say that if the reason why you're arguing is because you're feeling like your voice isn't being heard or your needs aren't being met, to be able to stand up and say, okay, this is what I need from you, right? This is what I need from you to help me feel like I'm in this Nine of Cups. But you also have to realize that you have to be happy within yourself, right? That you have to be happy with you, that you have to be able to look in the mirror and you have to be able to tell yourself that you love yourself and that you're choosing the best for yourself. That you can't expect someone else to make you feel that. You have to feel that within yourself. But I feel that for this reading, it's kind of stepping up and saying, I feel like some needs aren't being met for you, or you haven't been voicing your opinion or saying what you truly need. And I feel like there may be a conflict with that, but I feel like it's working through that, especially with the know your worth coming through there. All right, so let's get a wisdom of the oracle. This one flipped over. We have yin, which is the feminine energy. I feel like it's kind of that soft touch. And then we have regeneration. So I feel like it's that regeneration within this relationship that I feel like it's kind of lost its spark, or it's kind of had all of these things going on, but I feel like this regenerates. I feel like it regenerates the love that you have between each other. I feel like it's that coming back together. I feel like it's that connection becomes stronger, even if it's just a friendship or a family member, like whatever relationship this is. I feel like the connection comes back together, and I feel like that goes with regeneration. All right, it sounds like a little bit of a challenging month, but it's being open to talking about the difficult things and to communicate and accept the change and to work on things and to work through things, but being true to yourself and knowing what it is that you truly want to do, what it is you truly feel, and what it is that you truly want to work on, and to move forward and have that communication. Communication is incredibly important. All right, thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.